guys, let's go to Fort Worth, shall we? Again, 160 degrees right across the Metroplex from where we're going to be taking in a little American football. Colorado at number 17, TCU. The Horned Frogs are 20.5-point favorites. This is a Saturday, 11 a.m. kick on Fox. Guys, Colorado's roster includes just 10 players who were on the roster in 2022. 10. It's been a total overhaul by Deion Sanders. Colorado's got a very talented roster. I will give you that. And Deion is one heck of a salesman. I even think there's a lot of merit in his coaching style. But to tell me that the vast majority and nearly every single starter on this Colorado team is going to be brand spanking new, and they're going to go in and compete against a TCU team that, sure, lost some pieces from last year, but also reloaded and also has guys that were on last year's roster that are ready to step up. I don't get that vibe. I'm not a Shedeur Sanders believer right now. He's going to have to prove a lot to me that he can step up and compete at this level. I am going to take Colorado plus the 20.5 because I think that's an outrageous number. And I think there will be some bumps in, guys coming in from the transfer portal on both sides. But to assume that Colorado's competitive in this game or could even win it's a bridge too far for me.
Yeah, it's really interesting because the team talent composite for from 247 Sports came out today, and Colorado's number 35, which I think is higher than I was expecting. I know they brought in a ton of talent from the transfer portal, but they're 35th and better than I was expecting. But still not quite as high as what TCU checks in at number 19. People forget that TCU brought in a lot of talent in the portal this year, and they brought more proven on the field talent to me for my money than what Colorado was able to bring in. Talented guys, no doubt, in Boulder that I think are going to be really, really good for that program in the long term. But plain and simple, I think TCU is just leaps and bounds ahead of where Colorado is right now. So I'm going to take the big number at home. I think the heat's going to play a factor as well. I don't know that the guys from Colorado are going to be ready for this heat that we've been having in the Metroplex. So give me TCU minus 20.5, and I'm going to be pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah, Trey, to your point on the talent composite, I was looking at that earlier too. The difference in the talent composite, I like to look up and look down if you're talking about the talent in the teams. If Colorado looks up to TCU and they look down the same distance, it's West Virginia. So that's the difference in terms of roster points and where they are. So they are about a West Virginia behind TCU. So look, I mean, it is what it is. Colorado's looking in the right direction. I think we've been extremely clear about this. Colorado is going to be better than they were last year. Colorado's going to have something to watch. It's going to be fun. I was talking with a guy today at work, and he was asking about what's going on with Colorado and, do you actually think they're going to be any good? I said, look, I don't think they even care if they're all that good. They're going to be flashy and relevant, right? They want to win, but Colorado's going to be a team that matters, and you're not going to be able to just say, oh, so Colorado, that's obviously a win, the same way that you're going to do this year with teams like Cal and Stanford in that conference. So, I think that's going to be fine for them. But TCU, this is the team that was just in the national championship game. Don't pay attention to the results in that game. That they're getting their quarterback that won the battle last year over Duggan and then got hurt. He's coming back. You got loads of guys coming in the wide receiver room. And so I'm optimistic. I think things can go really well. I'm excited. And so, I think TCU is going to go ahead and go and win this one by more than the 20.5. And I wouldn't be a very good resident of Tarrant County if I wouldn't pick the TCU Horned Frogs. So give me TCU, sticking with the boys over here on this side of the Metroplex. Horned Frogs is going to roll this one.
I get stuck on that number because while, yes, Colorado is a country road away from TCU as far as roster talent, they're still supposed to be one of the best collective units in the country. And so for that reason, I'm going to ride with the number. But I will say, guys, just as a final remark here before we move to UTSA and Houston, one of these teams won 13 games and made it to a national championship last year. One of these teams won a single game. So, listen, it's not entirely the same roster at all, but this Colorado program has to figure out how to win, and it does not start in week one, in our opinion.
Gracious,